Hey, I know this is quick. This is last minute, but guys, I want to welcome everybody that's on here. It is 11:38 on Saturday night, and my guy Evan Hayes and my guy Uncle Buck have joined me. We got some stunning news tonight, man. Like, honestly, is it? And I'll just say this, and Uncle Buck, I want you to walk through the trade with me in a second. I want you to tell me the details of the trade, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to title this "The Most Stunning Trade in NBA History." Is that hyperbole on my part?
Sports history.
Walk through the trade. Walk through it with me, Uncle Buck. Yeah. Walk through it. Tell me what happened.
All right, let me pull up my Twitter notifications here. We'll go back to Shams. Breaking. The Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. And then there was a Jalen Hood-Schifino.
The Utah Jazz were a part of
Utah for a couple second-round picks.
The Jazz got a 2025 Clippers second and a 2025 Mavericks second for Jalen Hood-Schifino.
I don't know, guys. Like, I was with everybody else. It's like, okay, it's 11:30 Central Time on a Saturday night. The Lakers just finished playing. LeBron just had a triple-double in a win. Beat the Knicks.
They just beat the Knicks in prime time, right?
Yeah, right. And I was like, there's no way this is real. And like everybody else, we were all in unison, just like, okay, just wait. Just keep refreshing. The next tweet, Shams, This
is real.
This is real.
And then it was like Tim McMahon, who is Mr. Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
He got a quote from it. I mean, and it's real. Like, Luka Doncic, hands down a top
3
NBA player.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, top 3, top 2 player in the NBA.
Is playing with LeBron James.
Grizz Girl 179 is saying make it make sense.
We can't.
We're trying.
We're trying to.
Like, that's what this is about right here. Is us going. All of us in our group text start going. What the hell is going on right now? Like, I honestly thought that like Shams is out right in New York. Like he went and covered the Lakers and Knicks game, and he went out to some club in New York, set his phone down, one of his 4 phones that he has, and somebody hacked his account. Like, that's what I thought happened. But apparently is real.
Where does this we talked about just briefly in the green room here before show. This has to start with some unhappy feelings. Like, it has to start in Dallas's camp. Like, you don't approach if somebody. And we've talked about ad nauseum, kind of like the peaks and valleys of Ja over the last, 12 to 18 months. If somebody called and asked about Ja Morant right now, they would hang up the phone so fast.
They would laugh at him, throw the phone away, and delete the number.
Yeah, that starts with Dallas being willing to pick up the phone and listen. Right. And then you just get nothing. I mean, AD, he's having a really good year. He's going to get some MVP votes if he stays healthy.
DPOY too.
He's going to get some DPOY votes for sure. But this is Luka. And for Luka, you get Anthony Davis and Max Christie in a first. Like, ugh.
Got fleeced a little bit.
This is the Babe Ruth trade. This is the trade they named curses after.
My understand. I just don't understand like what Dallas is trying to do. Nico. So Tim McMahon came out and said let me find this tweet. Give me one second.
I've got it.
Do you have it with you? You have it on you right now?
Yeah, I think a Bleach Report came up on it. Hold up.
He said Nico Harrison, the Mavs GM, told Tim McMahon. He said, "I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all defensive center and an all NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future."
No.
Not with AD.
Not with AD. I don't see it at all. I was just because when I was literally writing a paper because I'm in school. I was writing a paper, middle of essay, and this came across my screen, and I called I said, "What the is going on?" it's just you're putting two number twos on the same team that haven't proved they can be number ones and put them on the same team expecting it to work.
Very true.
I don't get it. Like we've been saying for years that one of these days, AD is gonna take the reins from LeBron. He's gonna do it. This is gonna be the year, and he hasn't done it. And they played 5-6 years together at this point.
That's a fantastic point. Yeah.
And now with Kyrie, we saw the cluster that happened in Boston. I'm not gonna say the word, but it happened in Boston, and expecting it to work. And Cleveland, like he was, and Kyrie was my favorite players, but he wasn't doing anything until LeBron got there. So you're just expecting a 30-plus-year-old Kyrie, a 20, 30-year-old AD to come together and expect it to work out of nowhere with a team that already has holes in it. I don't see it working. I don't understand. Like you said, it has to be some type of unhappy camp between Luka and Kyrie because I don't see logistically why this works. Even for the Lakers, I don't see it working because you have LeBron and Luka who do the same exact thing. Like I don't get it.
Now.
I don't.
It's not
I don't
about
get
now.
It.
Yeah, this
the
is
Lakers
about
just
post-LeBron.
extended their window 15 years.
That's fact, though. Yeah, that's true.
12 years.
It's true.
This is post LeBron move.
This
right
is
here.
a post LeBron move. Yeah, Shams tweeted this out 6 minutes ago. I think this is just going to be a show where we read and react Twitter. Okay. 6 minutes ago, per Shams Sarania, the Mavericks approached the Lakers recently and offered Luka Doncic. Lakers brass met and believed the 25-year-old Doncic has the ability to be the face of their franchise for the next decade.
Yes.
Like
that's crazy.
There's 29 teams here that would make that trade. The Grizzlies are on the market. We want somebody else. I don't know. The untouchables list shrinks drastically if Luka Doncic is on the table.
On the market. Oh my gosh. Like so this tell me you didn't believe in AD enough that you're gonna say, the AD experiment has not worked and we're gonna move on to Luka Doncic. That's basically what the Lakers just told me. And
yes, but yes,
crazy.
Wouldn't you though? If you were the Lakers and they said we want Max Christie and we want Anthony Davis back and we'll give you Luka Doncic,
I'm taking that.
You make that move
taking that for sure.
in a heartbeat, don't you?
I do it.
The Lakers may trade LeBron if Luka's on the table.
Yeah.
Anything's on the table at this point.
I mean, Milwaukee's not going to trade Giannis. Denver's not going to trade Jokic. But how many players are you saying no to when Luka Doncic is on the table? And you just got him for the second best player in LA, a player that is known to be super fragile. He gets injured running down the courts and misses halves of games routinely, and he's hurt now. I mean, he
didn't play. He didn't play. I feel like he had an ab injury or something like that where he been out for the past. I just think it's funny that Max Christie got traded on the plane ride home. I think that's hilarious that he started tonight and he got traded. The NBA is cold, bro. Like it's
cold business.
It's a cold bit. Like, and he had like 15 and he had a good game too. Like good game, national television. He got traded on the plane ride home. Like
if I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm marching on American Airlines.
Oh yeah, Mark Cuban. There's a picket line outside of Mark Cuban's house right now.
But here's the thing: Mark Cuban ain't in charge anymore. He ain't the owner.
That is
anymore.
true.
But he's still got controlling interest.
Yeah,
right?
he does. He's got a stake in it.
He sold the majority, but I feel like he's retained some sort of operations role that gave him the final say so. I could be wrong about that because he did sell the majority of the Mavericks.
Right, the Mavericks. He sold the majority of the Mavericks. So I don't obviously don't know the inner workings of the Dallas Mavericks franchise, but from what I understand, he sold the majority of his share of the Dallas Mavericks to the family that built that big arena. They're building a new arena, and it's like a casino family, right, or something like that. Like
something like that, yeah. Theme parks or something, yeah.
Black Ninja GA says, have a feeling we're going to hear some rumblings of what was taking place with Dallas and Luka.
Gotta be.
But
wait, hold up. Hey, I just came across. Luka did not request trade. Mavs. Yeah, the Luka did not want this. So Luka didn't want this at all.
Well, because here's the reason why, Evan. This is the reason why, and it's something that comes out in this is that Luka's now not available for a Supermax extension. Like he can't make the money. He's losing a bunch of money in this trade, right? Like, and so so maybe there were issues with the Dallas Mavericks franchise, but that man wants his money. But now
they're scrambling.
Dallas has traded him away, have taken away his chance to get the Supermax contract that he deserves, and I just don't. Man, I'm stunned. I don't even know what to say, honestly. Like, it's just,
and Dallas is scrambling too. You know, the Lakers
Facts.
haven't said anything. They haven't, but they've got a PR nightmare on their hands. You can tell already because they have tweeted out defense wins championships, and then Tim McMahon tweeted out. Well, this was Tim McMahon from Underdog NBA tweeted out. Joe Mullen actually tweeted it. So if you have a problem, contact Joe, and then they can contact Underdog NBA. But and they'll probably talk to Tim McMahon. But he says Mavs had concerns moving forward with Doncic due to conditioning issues, looming commitment of Supermax extension.
Bruh.
Conditioning issue. He just took your team
to the finals.
NBA finals last year.
On injured, might I add also. He was injured half of that road too, if y'all remember. And y'all gonna blame conditioning? Nah.
You trade him for a guy who literally misses.
He's injury prone.
Is one of the most injury prone stars in this league, right? Like there's a
the only way that this Anthony Davis trade, Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic trade is a win now trade for Dallas. Like Dallas is saying, like, oh, this is a win now trade. The only way it's a win now trade is because Luka is currently not playing. Like that's you're only winning until you're only getting wins until Luka would have come back. Because when he comes back, you're winning more games than you would have with AD.
Facts.
How long do we know when Luka's coming back?
I mean, they were saying sooner rather than later. Like initially, it was like, this may be a while, and it has been a while. But I feel like I saw some rumblings that, like, not long after the All-Star break, and they're still in it.
Yeah, like I think a part of that you mentioned that tweet that talked about the Mavs calling the Lakers. Is that not stunning to y'all that the Mavs called the Lakers about Luka? Like, is that not the craziest part? Like that to me is like you could have literally gone to every other team in the league and gotten anyone that you wanted.
You want it for sure.
It screams of collusion, doesn't it?
It screams of something's going on behind the scenes, like some rumblings of dysfunction. Luka being unhappy with the front office, coaching has to be something going on for this to happen on a random.
But even if you're Dallas, though, why do you call LA
out of all teams
and ask for Anthony Davis and Max Christie? Like, what?
All right, put it to you this way: like, okay, say you want a big guy, defense wins championships. Why don't you call Cleveland and see if
Jared Allen? You both of them. Give up both of them. Or
give
even
me
Mobley.
Give me Mobley.
Give me both of them. You can get with Luka. You can probably get both of them. Honestly,
you can go get a 21-year-old center.
Yeah,
it's gonna again. He finished second in DPOI last year.
Why would you go after? Like, why would you?
Out of all people, call Wemby, call San Antonio, or somebody.
Right? It stinks
make them say
so much. It stinks of collusion, and this is why I hate the LA Lakers franchise. Honestly, like this is why they drive me the most crazy out of any sports franchise because they do shit like this and get away with it. Like they literally just got the face of their franchise for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah. And
they got the phone call. They didn't even have to make the moves. They said, imagine, let's play act that phone call. You're Rob Pelinka. Uncle Buck, you're Rob Pelinka. I'll be Nico Harrison. Right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hey, Rob, this is Nico.
What's up, Nico?
Hey,
it's me,
man.
Rob Lowe.
Rob Pelinka.
That's the same dude.
Hey, man. You want Luka?
Yes.
Can we get Anthony Davis?
Yes, make a deal.
I've already hung up the phone. Yes.
Rob, are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'll take him, and pick your top three. You can have them all.
All right.
Anyone besides LeBron.
Now, Uncle Buck, you're still Rob Pelinka. Evan, you be Jeannie Buss, and y'all have that conversation.
Oh gosh. This is what they're doing. They are in the Lakers lounge having a cigar and a drink and having the best night of their life.
We need 30 more drinks right now. 30 more drinks. Bring it everything. Bring everything. Brian probably sitting right there with a cigar like, hey, I'm cool. Yeah, I don't got to expend no energy for the regular season.
That man just got GM of the year for taking a phone call, bro.
Facts. He got executive of the year. The whole Lakers front office just won every award. They got a raise. They got extension for the next 5 years. for picking up a phone call at what's in LA time. It's like 9:30 in LA right now.
Yeah,
So like
the night's just getting started over there, man.
Yeah,
David Stern would have vetoed this.
He would have hated it. Oh yes, he would.
Bad.
He would have had an aneurysm trying to veto it. It's so fast he did.
What was the trade that he vetoed?
Chris Paul to
Paul,
LA.
that's right.
Chris Paul to LA.
Yeah.
Then he went to the
that's what it was.
Clippers.
Because he didn't want Kobe and Chris Paul playing together. David Stern he's rolling over in his grave
Listen,
right now. Oh my God.
I'm a capitalist at heart. And so if you want to do stupid stuff, you should be allowed to
You should be able to do
stuff.
You do it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got bread, use it.
All right, so we're going to get there's a lot more tweets that's coming in here that we're going to just have fun with for a minute. But Grizzlies related. All right, Dallas, I'm not worried about. Are we in agreement? It's like we just
no. It doesn't move the needle.
The franchise is cooked, bro.
It's cooked.
Yeah. I'm talking about short term, like this year. We're talking seeding and stuff. Do you care at all? What does it make you feel about the Lakers this year?
They're dangerous in the
not
playoff
healthy
series.
right now,
Bro.
With healthy, I feel like they're dangerous if healthy in a playoff series. That's
and where the Grizzlies are lined up right now, they're either playing the Lakers or Denver, or they're playing the Clippers right now.
Yep. Yeah, because the Lakers are the 5th seed right now, right?
So
yeah.
So if we're the 3, we would play the 6, right?
I don't think the Lakers are the 5th seed. I think they might be the 6th or 7th seed.
I thought.
Correct.
Let me look.
They've won a couple of games in a row, so they might be. They put quite a good stretch together.
Minnesota,
yeah, they're the 5th. They're the 5th right now. Yeah, we're 3rd. The Nuggets are 4th, and the Lakers are 5th. But it's a game and a half between the Lakers and the Clippers right now, so that can still jockey for position.
I don't want to play. I didn't want to play the Lakers with Anthony Davis in the first round of the playoffs. Honestly, with Luka, I don't want to play them in the first round of the playoffs. I don't.
Definitely not.
I mean, they don't have a big. They don't have big, so Jaren would feast, right?
But
Jaren would go nuts.
But at that point, you're depending on Jalen Wells, Gigi Jackson, and hopefully Vince Williams to guard those wings. And hopefully, if Marcus Smart's on this team or Marcus Smart, I'm not liking that matchup on the wings.
Yeah, their starting lineup, their 2 through 5 position would be Reeves, LeBron, or 2 through 4 position would be Reeves, LeBron, and Luka in some order. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Do y'all see? I mean, does this trade have anything for the Lakers? Let's go to the Lakers for a second. Does this trade have anything to do with this year, or do you think it's more for? Yeah,
it's definitely a 3, 4, 5 year plan down. The only thing I can really say for this year is that LeBron can kind of take a backseat, at least in the regular season, so he can really turn it on in the playoff if Luka comes back here. That's the only thing I can really say for this year. But other than that, I still don't think this makes them a contender in the West. It makes them super dangerous, but they're not deep enough. But I don't see this being just a right now move.
Timo said they said that Luka didn't want to get into shape. Out of shape, Luka took them to the finals last year, man.
He's been to the conference finals 3 times, right?
and he is notoriously out of shape. He's notoriously out of shape, and he is top 3 player in the league.
They can say what they want.
They can say what they want.
It.
They're making up reasons at this point.
Yeah, it's not it.
That is.
That's a very New Orleans Pelicans way to put this to handle the situation.
They're trying to put on his fitness, but he's still undoubtedly an All-NBA perennial All-NBA player every year he's been with y'all. Come on, man.
Yeah, so I've always kind of had a hunch that Goon was a troll. This kind of seals the deal. That was one trade.
But they've been trying to push the Lakers versus ball. It's always the conspiracy theories of thinking the NBA has a puppet master around what teams they won in the finals. But hey, man.
I don't know. It does for me, and I've kind of been this way. I'm under the assumption right now that Luka is unhappy. And I've said this with Jimmy Butler. If I'm a GM, if a player is this unhappy and making such a stink, now Luka was obviously being a good soldier and not coming out publicly and not getting suspended and whatnot. If you're gonna be like this, I'd send both of them to Washington.
But here's my issue with that, though. Here's my issue with that is clearly the fact that we have no clue about any of the issues that were going on. If there are issues, which I believe there are, if there are issues with Luka and Dallas, we don't know about it. That to me is a sign that Luka's a great person to have in your franchise because he's not causing those issues, right? Like he's not going public with it. He's not sending his agent to go and talk to their favorite reporter and create some kind of narrative. We have no clue about any of that. So to me, it's if there are issues, which I believe that there are, that's what this trade has to tell you, is that there are issues between the two camps, Luka's camp and the Dallas Mavericks. Luka hasn't said anything publicly about it, and he's gone about and done his business and done well. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Mark Stein says the Mavericks and Doncic until tonight were heading towards a 5-year, $345 million contract.
They was not going to pay that, man.
Nico Harrison made the call to pivot.
He said, so ESPN report coming out saying that they're afraid, they were concerned about his Supermax extension, and they put that around his conditioning. He took y'all to the finals last year. Like, I don't know if anybody deserves a Supermax extension, it's a Luka Doncic, right?
He is not Zion Williamson.
No.
Listen, it doesn't make any sense to me. That feels like posturing, and it sounds like it's a desperate move when you didn't need to be desperate. Luka Doncic is 24, 25 years old. Like, everybody kind of grows up into an NBA, like a professional star player. Like, not everybody is amazing in their first. This is Luka's, 7th year, 6th year, whatever year Jaren is. You, even at this point, you're still kind of maturing into like a player that's capable of winning the finals. And when that comes, he's now got a wife and he's got a kid, and you can't tell me that he's not going to get more serious as he ages and realizes the importance and the lifespan that this career has for him.
Right.
And to just wad it up and throw it in the trash after he takes you to the finals, despite the fact that apparently he drinks beer and smokes cigarettes in the summer. Like, bro,
this
is
volumes.
Dumb. And you can talk about conditioning all you want to. Anthony Davis is not the beacon of health.
Right.
That's a mixed messaging.
So you go get Anthony Davis.
That's the worst possible thing you could get if you want.
It's not like you went and got Mikal Bridges, who's never missed a game in his career. You got Anthony Davis.
The epitome of always in street clothes. And I also got another tweet by David Miniman. Apparently LeBron learned about this trade at dinner after the game, and it seemed like they said LeBron was surprised by the news and is still processing. He had no idea this was happening. So they can't say LeBron was puppet master this as well. It was clearly a last minute thing. Dallas didn't want to, for some reason, it was some rumblings that Luka was upset, made the call, and now the NBA world is in craze right now. So,
well, it is a move that had to be made quick. That's not a move you can let leak.
You can't leak
that.
You got to do it now. You got to do it now. Yeah.
Because Luka would walk, I think, if he had gotten wind that he was on the market. Like, he would walk, absolutely.
He would dang near sit out, honestly. Sure.
Because Luka didn't ask for this, right? Like, he didn't ask for this. Because now he's missing out on someone in the Ray White, and I don't know the numbers behind this, but I think this text kind of gives us the kind of the reality of the situation financially. I don't know the reality of like the specifics of his numbers, but he led in the finals. The Mavs still didn't trust to give him $300 million because of his conditioning. And then somebody else said, so Luka missed the Supermax and he about to get taxed out of this world. His pay literally got cut by 40%.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Bobby Marks said that he was in line to receive that 5-year $345 Supermax, and he is no longer because a traded player, or you can't get the Supermax contract with a team that you haven't been with.
Yeah, you haven't been with them. Yeah,
right. That's one of the things. I read that article about Jaren Jackson Jr. about how he needs to make an All NBA team so that he can be eligible for the Supermax contract, or else somebody else can outbid us. And so NBA cap's weird, but this is just wild to me. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't think I'll be able to wrap my head around it for a little while. Seeing Luka, dress out in the purple and gold.
Oh, that's such a weird visual.
He's going to look so pasty in that yellow.
It's not going to look right. It's not going to look right at all, man.
I mean, hey, I'll be honest with you, man. Congrats to the Lakers on this trade.
They
got their superstar for the next 10, 15 years.
Couldn't have happened to a worse.
Couldn't happen to the worst franchise.
That. that we cannot stand it. We have to see a lot, unfortunately.
I don't even know, man. It's hard to wrap my mind around. The funniest part was just the overwhelming response to it was Shams got hacked, man.
You gotta be
like that's why I mean this trade and it's because it's not because of it's not because the trade happened, it's because of who was involved in the trade and what the Mavericks got in return, because it just makes no sense to like get an Anthony Davis who's on the back end of his career. They don't. So let me ask you: do you think it makes Dallas more dangerous this year? This year alone, does it make them more dangerous?
No,
not at all.
No, I don't think so, because if you're banking on Anthony Davis to play out the rest of the season, that Dallas has already slid down. You got the standings up still, Evan.
Yeah, they're 8th.
Yeah, they're 8th. Yep.
They're sliding. They're at 8th. Do you think that they're better than? See, 10 would be right now like Sacramento.
You got the Suns 9. You got the Sacramento 10, and then you got
subtracting Luka and adding Anthony Davis makes you better than Phoenix, Sacramento, Golden State, San Antonio. I don't.
Nah,
because I just don't buy the health. I don't.
I'm thinking about the trade. So like they get Max Christie back. They get Anthony Davis back. I mean, Max Christie's a decent ball player, but he's not better than Quentin Grimes.
This is a Luka Doncic trade, you know.
Like you're not getting nearly the haul back for giving up. Like I always give the analogy, the bullets in your gun. Luka is a Quentin by himself, like 4 or 5 bullets himself. Right. AD is maybe 3 on a good day, 4 if healthy. You're not getting the haul back, and if you're depending on a plus 30 Kyrie, like you said, second half of his career, Anthony Davis, to pull you through a play-in, not just a playoff, just to make the playoffs, that's not a recipe for success, man. And both Kyrie's been injured this year too. Kyrie hasn't been the most healthy player this year either.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like we're gonna be hearing the next few days about rumblings about things we're unhappy, because that's the only way this makes sense, because it doesn't make sense at all. Like it just doesn't.
How does Nico Harrison make this trade knowing he's going to get fired?
He's going to
get fired. No doubt. Yeah, his career suicide.
But I'll be honest with you though, like I respect the person who's got stones enough to make a decision like that, knowing that if it fails, it will cost him his job.
And he may not get another one.
And you will go down as the craziest. I mean, the craziest GM in the history of the NBA making this trade.
Traded the franchise player. Like, oh my gosh.
This is the Red Sox trading Babe Ruth to their rivals, the Yankees. Yeah. I mean, that's what this is. Like, it's that magnitude of player right now. Like Luka Doncic was in the finals. He's a perennial MVP favorite.
Every year.
He's the kind of player that makes teams better. He is,
he's also box office. He also brings money to a team and a city as well, because he is one of the most marketable players in the league. That's why his jersey sales are so high internationally. And you put him in the biggest market of LA, they trade us for the Glock. See, that's a perfect analogy. Perfect analogy.
Hey, I got this Glock with the switch. And I get like a 22 back.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect trade. Makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Yes, I could do that, right? Oh my gosh, man.
All right. So this, obviously, we have 4 days until the trade deadline happens. Does this set off a firestorm?
Oh, it has to be. Like every team, at least in the West, I feel like could be scrambling right now, honestly.
Yeah, I think everybody just kind of, like Zach Kleiman just kind of pushed his chair away from the desk and was like, I think we have to start over. like
I have miscalculated this. I've done it wrong.
About. Yeah. Because let me tell you what, if you call what's the guy's name at Brooklyn? Everybody wants
Cam Johnson,
Johnson. But the GM at Brooklyn, I'm just like, hey, that price that you asked for Cam Johnson just went down drastically.
Yeah, his value just went way down.
Because the team in my conference just got
Luka
Doncic, and the only draft capital was 1 first-round pick
and 2 second-round picks.
All right, I'm sorry.
Wait, so what? The 2 second-round picks came from LA and they went to Utah. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I could be reading it wrong, but that's how I read it. I may be wrong though.
So technically, LA got rid of 1 first round, 2 second rounds, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Max Christie, Anthony Davis, and got Luka Doncic back.
Pretty much.
So yes, the price for Cam just went way down,
and we're tripping over 2 second-round picks. Oh my gosh, forget all that.
Last year we were fighting with the Brooklyn Nets about Mikal Bridges for 4 first rounders, man.
Days are over.
Some players, those days are
long gone.
All right.
Bro, if ZK don't got somebody on the phone right now, ZK may lose his job just out of association for not doing anything. Because, like, dude, you got to do something at this point.
Well, I'm over here saying, well, Dallas, what else do you want? Okay, can we get in this trade somehow? You now have Anthony Davis. What do I have to give you to get Derek Lively?
Because they're saying,
kill for Derek.
I would do a
lot of things for Derek Lively.
Yeah,
I would trade
Lively. I would trade a lot of folks for Derek Lively.
What do you need? We've got a bunch of picks. We've got a bunch of players. You're obviously wanting to win right now. Like, let me give you some wings. Let me give you,
some more depth. Just some more depth in general.
Yeah, whatever. And you give me Derek Lively.
Let's do
He's
it.
probably untouchable, but
he shouldn't at this point. And like Luka's untouchable, like no one else is on the table because they saying win now, but this is basically a dumpster fire trade. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't see AD re-signing. I don't see Kyrie for sure not re-signing. Like after his contract is over, they may trade Kyrie because there's no way this team is gonna be competitive. And when you have an uncompetitive team with stars that are unhappy with not being competitive, that leads to a snowball effect of things getting sent out. So if I'm any NBA team, or especially ZK, I'm calling Dallas because there's no way they actually believe they're gonna be competitive. There's no way. If you look at the hierarchy of the West, I'm calling Dallas right now if I'm Zach Kleiman. Real talk. Got to.
Wow, how many years does AD have on his contract? Anybody know?
Let
me see.
Anthony Davis contract.
I did pull up Wob, Worldwide Wob on Twitter. He went live immediately, and he was watching the Portland game. Portland and Phoenix were playing, and it was kind of late. Did you see it? And he just and it is not all the players on both benches just have their phones out like, my gosh, the game is going on.
The game is happening.
They start panning across the crowd, and it's nobody's watching. Everybody just like,
yeah. Like, let's put this in perspective. This is Dallas did a franchise tank trade without acquiring multiple first-round picks back. What is that GM thinking?
He's not.
They got 1 first-round pick.
All right. When's the last time a player equal or maybe just under Luka was traded?
I wouldn't say Shaq, but it had to be something before that.
Well, I was going to say like AD when he was traded with the Pelicans, maybe, or I know there's somebody I'm missing.
James Harden got traded. James Harden got traded a few times.
Yeah, he's a loser. Maybe it makes sense then.
Yeah, James Harden got
Anthony has 3 years left on his contract,
and Kyrie has. I looked at Kyrie. Kyrie's contract is up next
2 years. 2 years before an extension. Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
but that New Orleans trade that they got had so many picks in it, and it had
Josh Hart and Julius Randle and Lonzo Ball. Brandon Ingram, like they traded 4 young stars, well, not young stars, but young cornerstones for that guy. Yeah. And all you had to give up. I'm sorry.
And Dallas got AD
for 1 first-round pick.
Yeah, because I'm not pretending like in a trade that involves Luka and AD, I'm not even going to consider like what Max Christie does for the Mavericks.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. What does Jalen Hood-Schifino do? I don't care.
Y'all think
about Luka, and this is about AD.
Y'all think the Kevin Durant trade to Phoenix was a big trade? That kind of player?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But the Ryan was on a raw. The difference in that the Ryan was on a raw because Brooklyn was falling apart, so the Ryan was on a wall in that situation. Right. This one came out of nowhere. They was sending Kyrie out, they was sending James, and they was sending everybody out. So, and KD said he wanted to go to Phoenix, so that makes sense.
So I'm looking at a Bleacher Report article. It talks about the 5 biggest trades over the last 10 to 15 years. Number 4 is the Kings and Pacers swap Sabonis and Halliburton. Like, come on, that's what we're
Worked out
talking
well
about. It worked out well for both teams. But that's what we're talking about. That's why this trade is so crazy, right? Like, when is KD? But KD's not 20. KD wasn't 25 years old, and had just led his team to the finals the year before.
You will not find an NBA trade that I can think of in which Dallas had more leverage. A team that had the player had more leverage than what Dallas had with Luka. Because typically, they're forcing their way out. They're unhappy. They're in the last year of a contract. Not this. I mean, you could have gotten anything. All you had to do was be willing to piss him off by shopping, and did not. It's clear to me they didn't want to shop.
They called the Lakers
to get it
done.
They wanted the Lakers. Like, they called them. That's the thing that confused me so much, because out of all teams, like, you could have called San Antonio for Wemby. You probably could have called anywhere from Sabonis. You could have called for dang near, probably not Giannis. I don't think I can think of as Giannis and the only two teams I'm saying you probably not answering that phone call. You could have called the Grizzlies.
Yes.
For Ja Morant. Like, and I love Ja. Ja's my favorite player, but you could have called the Grizzlies. Not bad. Zach Klein would have picked up with that damn phone.
They would probably say no, but that would be one that they're just like kind of look at the person beside them and like,
do you want to do that? I ain't gonna say no if you say.
I'm a massive Ja fan, but I would be like everybody in that room for the Grizzlies would be like, yes, unless you say no, unless the next person says no.
Yeah, let's say no. Give me a reason. No. Give me a reason to say no
to this. Right?
There's no way that the Spurs would do Wemby. I don't think.
No,
but that's maybe the only young.
I say Wemby, Jokic, and Giannis. There's only three teams I say probably wouldn't do it. Everybody else he could have got.
I don't know.
I agree. So Dennis said not mad at the move. It has stones. I agree. This is a stones move, but I will say Dallas isn't my
robbing
franchise.
A bank. That doesn't make it.
That don't make it smart.
That doesn't make it smart. Right?
Make it smart.
So is like laying and praying, right? Like you pray and hope
it don't make
as a father the pull out method that takes stones, right? Like it takes stones
literally
but it ain't smart, bro. It ain't smart.
I got 4 of them.
I got 2 of them. I got 2. It ain't smart. That ain't my franchise.
Oh my gosh, y'all are stupid.
Yeah. So not all things that are brave are smart. I think that's what we're
not all things that have stones are smart moves.
It's brave fighting a bear. I don't think I should fight. I'm not betting if I'm fighting a bear. I got a lot of brave to do it, but I'm not betting. I'm not liking my chances fighting a bear. I'm not.
I'm stunned.
I was writing. I was in the middle of my paper, like literally writing a multi-page paper, and I stopped and dropped what I was doing because I dropped my phone because I was on the phone with my girlfriend. She was like, "What the hell's going on with you?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my god." My girl like, "What the freak is going on with you? Like, did somebody die?" I'm like, no, something worse happened.
My son came walking in the room. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro,
you don't understand.
The craziest trade in the world just happened."
The world just awoke in Australia too, because Wayno just texts me. He's like, "Bro,
where is Wayno? I need Wayno in here. I need to get Wayno in here.
Get in the YouTube."
I'll send him the StreamYard link. He can jump in. That'd be fun. Yeah. Oh God,
bro, this is ridiculous. This is not my bigger card that Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic will be traded in 2025. Like, this is not my bigger part.
One of you folks in Memphis, go find Rusty and put a camera on him for when he rolls over in the morning. He will not. I cannot.
Tell his wife. Somebody call Rusty's wife. Tell him to put a camera in the bedroom. As soon as he turns over, just please get that. I would love to see his reaction.
Somebody roll that dude over and tell him what's going on right now.
Oh my gosh. Can we? I'm gonna FaceTime him. Oh, Wayno's in here. He said, "You're Wayno. What up, Wayno?"
What's the actual?
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Wayno.
Good morning. How you doing, my guy? Did you get your breakfast yet? If you ate yet? I don't think so. You probably haven't. You probably got an appetite no matter after this.
You probably drinking his pot of coffee right now.
Yeah. What is this? Goon is on one at all hours of the day. He's on one, but he did bring up a name. What does this do for the market for De'Aaron Fox? Like, I feel like everybody just kind of like stopped.
It goes down.
No trade is the value. Every trade is dipped now. Jimmy, Derek, no matter.
Bad? is it such a bad trade that everybody just throws it out? Like, yeah, I know that that's stupid, but that's not setting precedent. Like, is it that bad?
I don't think because the NBA is a copycat league. Like every time someone makes a move, they try to. I just said my venue. Everyone tries to replicate, try to top it. So if you can trade Luka, everyone is literally on the table. Literally, if your name is Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, or Nikola Jokic, literally everyone's on the table. Literally everyone.
Dennis Coleman said he has a counter argument, but I want to know what the counter argument it is. This
Yeah.
pod is whatever you want it to be, bro. This is
There's
us
no
going,
regulations at all.
This is us freaking out, going, we got to talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah. Dennis, you're not going to stun us tonight. I promise.
Wayno said, I can't believe they traded Maxey. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's the one thing to walk away with. Oh my
Wayno's
God.
still riding high because he saw some Jock Landale highlight from
Yes, he did.
from the Rockets game.
Oh,
What
my
in
gosh.
Brian? This is funny. What in the Brian Windhorst is going on?
That's literally the reaction.
Do y'all feel like this is I'm a conspiracy theorist a little bit. Can we be conspiracy theorists for a second?
Sure.
Absolutely.
There has to be some collusion here, right? Like, is there some collusion within, like, and who do you think are the colluding factors in this?
I'll be honest. My first response, and it'll be quick. Like, I don't know if there's collusion. I think it happened so quickly because the offer was so stupid. Like, all right, yes, we'll take Luka. What do you want? Anthony Davis? Okay. Max. Max. Okay. All right. That's it. Okay, we
Dude,
accept. I'm gonna keep you on the phone
we
until I
finish the
file
same
this
thing.
with the league office.
Sham just said LeBron had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade. They're trying to frame it that Luka, he wasn't upset. Like that's that they're trying to frame it. They're trying to frame that Dallas didn't want to pay him, and the trade deadline was coming up, so they just wanted to send him off. But it still doesn't make sense why you don't pay your superstar All NBA, 6-time All NBA player that just took you to the finals. That's how they're framing it. But I don't think that's true though. I really don't.
So are we assuming that Luka has issues with the Dallas Mavericks?
Yes.
Because that's the only thing that makes it palatable that this trade went through.
Yes.
Like what if Luka was fine? Like what if Luka was fine there? I just took my team to Dallas. Dallas is a cool city to live in. I can make a shit ton of money there. It's not that bad.
No sales tax.
No sales tax. Like we're good over here. I'm good. I'm a winner here. The Dallas marketplace is huge. I'm cool here. But Nico Harrison is the one that called and just out of the blue said we're putting Luka on the block. Like, does that even make it worse?
Yes, because he's an idiot. If that's the case, he shouldn't have a job as a general manager in the NBA if that's the case.
Somebody said, imagine Nico Harrison watching the entire basketball universe thinking Shams was hacked rather than believe you made this trade.
He's like, I'm watching the word burn right now. They don't even know it's me. Like, for his sake, I hope it's some rumors that Luka was unhappy for his sake. Because if not,
This was tweeted out 10 hours ago. Look at Luka getting out of this car here.
Alan, who said he's a Texas resident, says that man is happy in Dallas. What are you talking
he
about?
has a cowboy batsoon.
Getting out of a muscle
Income
car.
tax. Thank you, Alan. There's an income tax and there is sales tax, not an income tax.
That's what I mean. I
state
apologize.
income tax.
Yeah.
I don't think he may want to quit his job. So he wanted to give them a reason to fire him. Like, hey, this GM shit is too stressful. Let me quit my job and make it the dumbest
He's doing
trade.
it so he can collect unemployment.
Yeah,
I can't quit. I gotta get fired.
I gotta get fired. Like that's the only thing. Because if Luka's happy, you don't trade Luka Doncic. Like if he's happy,
dog. Tony Jones on the NBA said it perfectly. He said exactly what I said earlier. Luka went less than Mikal Bridges. Luka went for less than Mikal Bridges did.
That is ridiculous.
Someone in here said, and I don't even know if this is true or not, the CBA and luxury tax got these GMs shook. Does that have any role in this?
I'm not smart enough
I'm not either.
on that.
I'm not either.
You maybe talk to DG about that maybe, but like I don't know. I do know the second apron has scared off a lot of people, and it's very obvious that. Like I feel like the Grizzlies are in a harder spot though than Dallas is, because Dallas doesn't have a guy that you would assume is going to be a second max contract guy. Like the Grizzlies are going to have 3, and could have 3 in the future on Supermax. And so I just don't see that with Dallas. But yeah, I do believe that they're a little scared of how it's going to look.
Yes, clearly there's been a lot of moves that would have probably been made without all these tax aprons and luxury taxes and all that kind of stuff. And not even just that, not even the money implications of it, but the draft implications, what you can do in terms of the draft, like if you're on where you're at in terms of specific, in terms of the aprons and all that kind of stuff. This one just does not have this. I don't even know financially, how does it help the Lakers or the Mavs? I mean, obviously the Mavs don't have to pay the Supermax, but
AD's still going to get paid though, and then you still got to pay Kyrie because they're both expiring in the next 2 years. So that doesn't make sense. And with Luka, I guess it makes sense for Lakers because if LeBron is going to retire in the next year or two, that contract's off your books. So then all you have to worry about is paying Luka and then maybe Austin Reeves, but he's not a max player. So I guess for a long term, it kind of helps the Lakers that they have more accessibility to build around Luka compared to Dallas, who have to pay Kyrie and AD unless they just want to go to a full rebuild.
Dude, the Mavs are in total what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to save themselves mode. Cover your ass. Desperation mode. They literally CYA, right? Tim McMahon is reporting that Luka was pushing 270 pounds. They're tired of his conditioning.
That's bull to me. That is bull. That can't be the reason, bro. That can't be the reason.
That is the most lame cover your ass
excuse
I've ever heard in my entire life. If that's the truth.
I mean,
if that's all they've got, they know they got fleeced.
I don't care if Ja Morant's 40, 50 pounds. If he can still dunk on somebody and take us to the dang finals, I don't care what's going on. Like, Ja could be the most out of shape up in the world. I don't care.
Imagine leaving your wife for another woman and be like, yeah. I mean,
she's too big.
She got fat. Like,
this is what you're doing.
This is what you're doing.
This is what you're doing. You're leaving your wife for a older, maybe less attractive, maybe less attractive, doesn't work, doesn't cook as good, doesn't clean as good, has a worse job, doesn't get paid as much for she got fat because she stopped doing this. That's what you're doing right now.
You're trying to save yourself and just be like, blaming it on her.
She got fat. No, you're being an idiot. You're being stupid.
Somebody did the whole imagine the phone call thing on Twitter. Mavs, we want AD. Lakers, not available. Mavs for Luka. Lakers, AD will be here in the morning.
Say nothing. He's on his flight right now. He's in TSA right now, as you say.
We have turned this plane around.
We're already told the pilot to redirect straight to Dallas.
So somebody quote tweeted that Tim McMahon tweet about 270, and they said the Mavs sound smart to somebody who is dumb. Luka could be 320. You don't trade him unless he is legit paralyzed. Watch him get in the best shape of his life in LA.
What if he gets something like that Mark Gasol, he starts throwing his own planes and stuff and gets ripped? And then
he's 25. He has all the time in the world to do it. And he's playing, and not to be that LeBron guy, but he's playing with a guy that's the king of keeping his body in shape for years to come. You feel like LeBron not going to tell Luka how to keep your body right and how to sustain your career? Like, come on, man. Like, we talking about Damon, the greatest player of all time at this point, that's been playing for 20 damn years. Like, you put him with the best player.
LeBron's going to get him on his regimen.
Facts. Like, you feel like LeBron not going to do that for Luka? And LeBron has expressed greatly how much he thinks Luka's going to be the next big thing.
It's so wild.
I think he's actually true about this one. He actually may be right.
He might actually
be right. LA's a different type of timing out there. Like, they don't eat reals. They're not real people out there.
Yeah, they got a lot of soy out there.
Yeah, plant-based, non-gluten-free, all that type of shit.
Ozempic
Luka finna go, bro. Why is my iPad finna die? Oh my gosh, hope it don't cut. Anyway,
all right. Well, hey, listen, we've been going for I ain't got nothing else, man. That's the craziest trade in history, man.
Facts.
In sports history.
I said on Twitter today, I said this is the most fun night I've had on Twitter since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yes. Yeah.
This is one of those nights I'll remember forever.
But
Yes.
11:30 on this, like, this
But
could
just-
happen at 8, 7, 9, no, 11:30 at night. Just the NBA Twitter wants to go crazy, and the world just wants to start setting on fire because of this dumbass thing that just happened.
Bro, Rudy Gobert got traded for 5 first rounders, man.
He did. Still goes and makes it so they like Rudy Gobert.
At
Got
least
traded
Rudy's
for-
healthy.
At
At
least
least Rudy
Rudy-
plays games, yeah, but he's like
I hate
terrible.
Rudy, but
Yeah, I can't stand
he's
Rudy.
because he
Can't stand
doesn't do
Rudy
anything.
Gobert.
But
Did James Harden go for like 3 first round picks and like Ben Simmons or something? Like, if I remember that correctly, ain't that somewhat the
I don't
package
remember.
was? It was like James Harden. They got a haul for James Harden, and that was Fat James Harden. Remember, that was Fat James when he was trying to play his way out of Brooklyn because he didn't want to be there.
all Dallas had to do with to save face was ask for Bronny in return. Like, you got to send us Bronny,
Just give us Bronny.
and
Just
then
Bronny.
it would have been the trade would have been just as bad, but it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay,
See,
funny.
PG 5 first, Harden 3 first, and 4 swaps. Like, bro, for 1 first round. If I hear tomorrow that Zach Kleiman don't want to make a trade for 2 first round picks, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down to fix him and hit that man myself. Like, I
All right.
swear I've been not here.
Evan Hayes is not. He does not. Bluff City Media does not. What's
Condone.
the word?
Yeah, condone.
Condone the
That's
actions
me
of-
talking. That's me. I'm not actually gonna, but that's gonna make me mad if I see that he's scared to trade 2 second round picks for whoever because of Luka just got one.
We don't want we don't want our own first round picks anyways. We like the seconds. We like the seconds.
And I do want to say I'm grateful for Zach Kleiman not making dumb decisions like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Give applause for
Like,
not panicking and hitting the panic
yeah,
button and just doing
Good
stuff.
job to not panic and not make crazy silly moves, right?
Can you imagine? Like,
'Cause what if this
we've
was
been having this talk about Ja? Like,
Ja
oh,
got
he's
traded
right,
for.
he's not right.
Ja
And
got
it's
traded
like,
for somebody. Like
For
you wake up. And
Ja got traded to Portland for DeAndre
for,
Ayton.
in school and Scoot Henderson, like some shit
Scoot
like that. I would.
at least Scoot Henderson's young, I guess.
I would turn my phone. I would turn every one of my devices off for like 3 days if that happened. Oh
Like,
my God.
imagine we got the text alert, Sham saying, yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies have traded Ja Morant for DeAndre Ayton and Scoot Henderson.
Because of
I wouldn't have the
attitude
show on
problem.
Bluff
Because
City Media anymore.
no,
couldn't
it
talk
get,
about it.
and then the reason they're gonna say is Ja Morant had attitude problems and he didn't get along with the team. That's what they're gonna say to cover their ass that
Right.
we made a dumbass decision.
Chris Paul, that's a good one.
There you go for Chris Paul. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We actually the city of Memphis may actually burn down if that actually happened. Like legit.
I'd be there with a lighter myself.
On Bill Street, just
I'll be there in an hour and a half, but I'm coming.
I'll drive. I'll drive. I swear to God, I'll drive to Memphis with the quickness if that happens.
Oh well, boys, let's get out of here, man. It is 12:30. I've got to be up early, so let's get out of here. What a crazy night. Thanks for joining
Facts.
me.
Appreciate y'all being the only
Appreciate-
people I knew that were awake and wanted and could talk to me.
He said,
I was
"Please."
dying.
He said, "Please, can someone be up?"
I was like, let's do it. This is
I
gonna be
said,
fun.
"Bet." Oh my gosh, bro, this is funny.
All right.
Appreciate
All
you
right,
guys.
boys. We'll
Y'all
see
be
y'all.
easy.